Hello, my name is Kayla. I'm the manager of the fitness center, and welcome to this high intensity interval training meetup where I'm just going to kind of go over briefly a few things about this format of exercise and why it's popular, why it's important. And just as a reminder, this session is educational only and not intended to provide any medical advice. So even though HIIT has been around for quite some time, it keeps becoming more and more popular. So I'm just going to kind of talk about why. So first of all, what is HIIT? HIIT is defined as alternating periods of high intensity exercise followed by a period of recovery or rest or less intense exercise. So one way to think of HIIT is just moving between higher and lower intensity movements and repeating that throughout your workout. So just to test your knowledge here, I have a couple quiz questions. The first one, I'm a visual learner, so true or false? HIIT is only for fit people. The answer is false. HIIT is a very adaptable way to exercise, and nearly anyone can benefit from it regardless of age or fitness level. Sorry. So now that we've kind of defined HIIT, let's talk about what that means, I guess. So if you're following along in the PowerPoint here, we are on slide 4 now. So what is high intensity? On a scale of 0 to 10, a perceived rate of exertion, high intensity is about a 6 to an 8. So note that these intensities are relative to each person. A more advanced exerciser may need a harder exercise to reach that 6 to 8 range, while a beginner may reach that with less intense activities. And this is why HIIT can be an option for all levels and can be adjusted over time. So we have 0 here is sedentary, you're sitting still. 2 to 3 is considered the warm-up, so you're starting to get warm. And then the 4 to 5 range, those are the regular recovery intervals. So that's kind of what you want your base of your workout to be at. And then once you get to that 6 to 8 range, that's that high intensity level. 9 is max effort, 9, 10. You never want to reach a 10. So you always want to be below 9. 9 is where you're huffing and puffing and you can only sustain that level of activity for a short period of time. So I have an example for you guys. This is a walking example. So this goes to show that anybody can do HIIT workouts, from beginners, walkers to, athletic endurance runners. And this is just for running, but HIIT can be in a variation of forms. It's not just for running. But I'm going to give you guys an example here with walking. So you would have your warm-up. Your warm-up would be at that 2 to 3 rate of perceived exertion. And then number 2 would be that brisk pace. So this is going to be where the base of your workout is. And then number 3 is where you pick up that pace. So you're either speed walking, you're jogging, or maybe you don't want to increase your speed, but you increase your incline. So you start walking uphill or increase your incline on that treadmill. So that's your kind of higher intensity. And then where the workout comes in is alternating between those. So for example, I put, first you return to that brisk pace, now alternating. So you repeat, I put an example of 3 minutes of that kind of brisk base pace, and then 1 minute of the speed walking, jogging, or incline walking. So you do ratio of 3 to 1, and then you repeat that 5 times. So that's a 20-minute workout right there, plus with your warm-up, and then you want to cool down at the end. It takes you to about a 30-minute workout. You can do this exact same thing with running. So instead of that brisk pace, it would just be your base pace for running. So if you run at a 5.5 to 6 mile per hour speed, then number 3, you would increase and go to that sprint, and then alternate those base paces and sprints. So that's just one example with running or walking, but there's definitely other ways to do HIIT workouts. So test your knowledge. I have another quiz question for you guys. A HIIT workout may lead to greater fat loss in the same amount of time or less compared to continuous moderate intensity exercise. True or false? So that one is true. Greater fat loss is a possibility with HIIT workouts, depending on, again, the intensity and the duration. So there are some variables there. Next, we're going to go into physical benefits of HIIT workouts, and there's a lot of them. So if you're following along the PowerPoint, go to that slide. So the first one is better athletic performance and faster results. So since you're increasing your heart rate and your level going back and forth, it can give you that better performance results. The second one is lowered blood pressure. The third one is improved blood glucose and insulin sensitivity. And studies have actually shown that a large decrease in blood glucose after HIIT exercise can be great for those at risk for type 2 diabetes. So that can be very appealing to those types of people. The next is increased HDL, the good cholesterol levels, increased calorie burn, and reduced risk factors for heart disease. Now, just a reminder, some of these benefits are also benefits for continuous moderate intensity exercise, but they are just might be boosted, more beneficial when you do the HIIT rather than just the moderate intensity. Mental benefits. There's also a few mental benefits. One is more enjoyable. Some people find that the variety and the intensity help increase endorphins with that higher intensity, and it's just more enjoyable. Time. Time is one of the biggest barriers people report in fitting in workouts, and HIIT workouts is just one way to fit it in, because usually you can get your workout done in 30 minutes or less, so it's not very time consuming. And mentally engaging. Some find it more engaging to go back and forth between doing one high intensity, lower intensity exercises than just doing one exercise consistently. So those are some mental benefits. Next, we are just going to go into some sample HIIT formats. So just as a reminder that not all HIIT classes are called HIIT. So you want to make sure that if you are doing a class or going to a gym, to look at those the descriptions of the classes to see what it's about, or ask the instructor if this is included, if this is a HIIT type of workout, because there's a lot of different types. So the first one is Tabata. Tabata is 20 seconds high intensity followed by 10 seconds rest, and you can continue that for 4 minutes. So that's 8 rounds. I teach Tabata classes on Fridays, the virtual classes now, and I like to do 2 different exercises within that 8 rounds so that it's not so repetitive. So you can switch 2 exercises, you can do 1 exercise that whole 8 rounds for that 4 minutes, and it really gets the heart rate up and down. And you can do this with strength exercises or just cardio exercises. You can mix them. The next one is 20, 30, 40. This is 20 seconds of exercise, 10 seconds of recovery. Then you do 30 seconds of exercise, 10 seconds of recovery, and then 40 seconds of exercise, 10 seconds of recovery. You complete 8 different exercises within that. So it's 3 different rounds. You're increasing that amount of exercise. You can also do that backwards, where you start with the highest, 40, then you go 30, then 20. So it gets easier and easier every round. Another variation is a 20-minute workout. So it's 60 seconds, very heavy exercise, 60 seconds recovery. You repeat that for 10 minutes. So this would be for maybe more strength exercises where you need that more of that recovery time. And then the 28-minute workout is 4 minutes heavy exercise, followed by 3 minutes of moderate activity, and then you repeat that 4 times. So it's kind of like how I went through that example of 3 minutes low, 1 high. This one's 4 minutes high, 3 low. So it's kind of intense to do 4 minutes of high intensity all at once. So that might be kind of down the line for those more advanced people exercising. So even though these are all vary and they're all different from each other, they do fit that definition of HIIT, moving from high intensity to low intensity, repeating that throughout the workout. So there are different variations there. Next is safety first. Just want to make sure you guys are doing these safely. With those exercises I showed you before, I did not talk about warm up or cool down, but you always want to make sure that you include a warm up and cool down with any exercise that you do. The first thing though is check with your doctor, make sure HIIT is safe for you. Next is establish a base level of fitness. So if you are brand new to exercising, you might want to start with some more moderate intensity exercises first before jumping into HIIT, or just make sure you increase that intensity slowly over time and not go crazy the first time. Which is the next point, start slowly and gradually increase over time. Next is allow for recovery. This is in the workouts and throughout the week. So within that workout, make sure you're getting that recovery time, getting water, taking deep breaths. And then outside of the workout, throughout the week, it is not recommended to do HIIT every single day, especially if you're more of a beginner. So giving your body that rest, and lastly, listening to your body. So if your body is sore, if your body is tight, take a recovery day, an active recovery day. Do some yoga, do something a little bit more lower intense for your body. And then also with listening to your body, tell the instructor if you're new, if you have any injuries or limitations, and just make sure they know so that they can properly give you some modifications for class. And any good class, any good instructor should always be showing modifications anyways. So what will you do next? This is the action step for you. Have you taken HIIT classes before? Are you new to this? You need to still talk to your doctor to see if this is right for you. Maybe adding more intensity to your HIIT class. Maybe you already, go to some, but you just kind of take it easy and you know yourself, you know your body, but you're kind of lacking, on the intensity. Are you really getting yourself up to that 6 to 8? So just figure out what is the best step for you, whether it's beginning, whether it's helping yourself improve during your classes or getting the most out of each class you go to. And join me for Tabata on Friday, every Friday, while we do these virtual classes at 11:30. Again, it's only a 35-minute class. It is quick, gets your heart rate up, and is a great form of HIIT. So that is all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you do have questions, please feel free to email me, and then I can get back to you with those and share them with others, or post on the Facebook group if you're part of our Facebook group. Love to have feedback from you guys. So, and if you guys have any topics that you want us to go over, we'll be doing one of these each week. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.